Here, let's go back.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. As you guys just seen, got a new package in. I unboxed it, and now what we have here is actually the new Maxpeedingrods T7 design coilovers. So the plan for these is actually, I've already mentioned it before, is that I am currently selling my right-hand drive Domani to my oldest son. He's in the process of making payments on it and paying it off, and that's going to be his car. The deal with that car was that he was not going to get the wheels with it. He was not going to get the suspension with it, because those wheels and those suspension are actually for my all-wheel drive EK. My all-wheel drive EK does have Godspeed Monomax, same thing that I'm running on the Domani right now. And honestly, I figured I'd give these coilovers a chance and see how they ride. I've seen Dana Youngstatic run his, and he's never had a complaint, and he honestly recommended them. And as you guys already seen in previous videos, I've already worked with them with Maxpeedingrods. We were supposed to install a helper bag setup on my Toyota Tundra. Unfortunately, there was some issues with the mounting, not on their end, but it was issues on my end, to where since my truck had a lift kit on it, it just interfered with the helper bag setup. So in order for me to get that to fit, I would have to modify the brackets, modify everything, and it wouldn't be a true bolt-on situation, and that's exactly what they were wanting. So I figured I'd reach back out to them and tell them that it unfortunately wasn't going to be able to happen. I ended up sending it back to them. They understood everything, and their customer service, again, is 100% amazing. I was dealing with Macy from Maxpeedingrods, and she go ahead and said, just go ahead and return them, and we'll go ahead and get you another one out, because she knew that I had an EK or the Honda Domani that I wanted to put suspension on, and she offered to help me out with that suspension. So as you guys see here, now we have the Maxpeedingrod suspension, and this is what we're going to be rocking on that setup. So yeah, guys, pretty much I'm going to go ahead and have my kids wash the right-hand drive Domani. They're in the process of it right now, so that way the car is clean. We're going to roll out the all-wheel drive EK out to the front, and that way we can bring the Domani inside and work on it. So pretty much, guys, follow along and see how the Domani looks with this, and then we'll go ahead and do a test drive and see how it rides overall for me personally, because I've never experienced it with the suspension at all. So again, guys, see you guys in a little bit. Get to washing.
Yes, master.
Alright, guys, so we have the Domani inside now, so let's go ahead and pretty much get to jacking it up and get to installing the Maxpeedingrod coilovers. Again, these are the T7 design ones, so these are the better quality ones, so hopefully they do ride good. And again, this is not a performance car or anything like that, so I just really want to take the suspension off here so we can put it onto the Domani after. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jack this up and get it all on jack stands and take off all the coilovers. Alrighty guys, so as you guys can see, we got the Godspeed Mono Max, or the Godspeed Max suspension out. These are going to go on the all-wheel drive VK, and these are the ones that we're going to be putting on for Maxpeedingrods. So one thing I got to do to them, I'm going to go ahead and do that to both sides, and I'm actually going to lift it up a little bit because it was pulling on the fender liner, and as you can see, it pretty much ripped it out. So I'm going to finish cutting that out, removing it. That way it won't touch it anymore, and that way we won't have any other issues of this pulling the fender of the wheel tub or anything like that. So that's what we're going to do right now. Hopefully everything goes on right. Everything's like basically a bolt on, so it should be fine. You guys already seen me pretty much tighten up the bolts on all the suspension, and so now I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the Maxpeedingrods to a little bit higher length, so that way we get a little bit more gap in the wheel, so that way again we don't chance rubbing on the fender liners in the inside of the right hand drive Domani. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, and then we can start installing these, and then we can move on to the back, and then I'll go ahead and just do the other side off camera. Alright guys, so this is how much I raised it up. It's just very slightly. You can see they're both standing. You got the old one here on the left, then you got the Maxpeedingrod. So I set both of them to the same height wise, so they're even, so that way I can just do it to the other side. That way everything will pretty much be set. I'm gonna do the same thing for the rear when we get to the rear section, but as far as here, this is what I wanted. We probably raised it about half an inch, and that is going to be enough for me, just because I was just worried about hitting the fender liner. But yeah, let's go ahead and get these installed now. Alright guys, so the T7 rear coilovers on this side is done on the driver's side of the right hand drive. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wheels on. I took off the fender liner on the inside of that, and then I ended up doing the same thing, just cleaning it up. I tightened those so that way the coils won't come down. And one thing I'm going to have to do later on is kind of clean up the wheel well, but we'll do that at a later time. But for right now, let's go ahead and put the Mugens on. I'm going to have to order new tires, so I'm just going to put these onto the back because these were on the front. So yeah, not too bad. Honestly, the installation went really good on it. I actually like the quality of them, and we'll see how it looks right now when we drop this side. Alright guys, so I switched the car around so that the front end's facing this way. Now it's easier to work on this side, and as you guys seen in that little roll, the before and after, literally look at the difference. This is the passenger side on the right hand drive, which would make it the driver USDM, and this one is tucking, and this side is not now, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to tuck anymore just because I don't want to run the chance of destroying my fender. I might have to adjust the height a little bit, but since this car is going to be going to my son, again, I don't want him to destroy this car, you know, when it comes down to it. And then plus my wife still drives it temporarily, so I think this height is going to be suitable for her. So let's go ahead and just knock out this side real quick and get this side done and over with, and then we'll go for a drive, see how it all runs, see how it just drives, see how the suspension feels, and yeah, we'll just go from there. Alright guys, so everything pretty much matched up. What we're going to do is go for a drive. I'm going to have my son in the passenger seat so that way he can record. But yeah, it looks good. The height wise, this is where I kind of wanted it. I don't want it fully slammed. I tightened up all the suspension so everything is there. I even like put tension onto the springs. That's the way I like to do it. You know what I mean? I unloosen everything and then I go ahead and just tighten it up a little bit so it has a little bit of tension. Same way I had it on here, and trust me, I've done it to every single car that I've owned, and even on that one over there, and they do not blow on me. So sorry to say it, this is the way I do things, and I've had no issues with it. So let's go for a drive. All right guys, so first initial thoughts of the suspension of the Maxpeedingrods T7. Honestly, it feels really good. It's not bouncy. I have it the setting maybe turned to like 16 clicks out of the 24, I believe it is, and it honestly does not feel bad. It feels really fucking good, in all honesty, compared to other suspension that you really drive. It's not bouncy. It's not all over the place. It doesn't feel like it's blown or that you're gonna lose stability of the car. I'd honestly recommend them. Now I see why Dana rocks with them, and I'll go ahead and tell you this now. I'm gonna go ahead and continue rocking with them because as long as you guys do everything correctly, it is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't foresee any issues with it. Like I stated, my opinion, it's just those sleeves having that little groove, because it would make it a lot easier instead of having to force it on there. But either way, it will adjust to it, and it will make that groove once you go ahead and tighten that bolt on it. But tensioning the spring and preloading it and making sure everything is done, you guys should not have any problems. And as you guys can see, I'm not all over the place. The car is stable, and I'm in a right-hand drive, not a regular car. You get what I'm saying? I'm doing this with my left hand, so it drives very smooth. Again, huge shout out to Maxpeedingrods and Maxpeedingrods Macy for coming on board and helping me out. Again guys, they are giving you guys a discount if you guys would like to purchase anything on their site, and I'll go ahead and put all the information in the description. But for right now guys, let's go ahead and head back home and cap out this video.
Man, oh man, oh man, isn't she so sexy?
Well guys, we are back home, and honestly, vehicle drove amazing with that suspension. But boy, isn't that a beauty to see? Just the car outside, stance is perfect, the way it sits, the way the wheels sit in the arches of it, the fender wells, you know, man, just love it. And again guys, once you guys get to the bottom of the car, that's where you guys see the magic happen with all that S1 stuff right there. But again guys, back to the suspension. Initial thoughts, as I stated just previously, I absolutely love it. I see why Dana Young Static actually rocks with them, and continues to rock with them, because the quality, I mean, in all honesty, compared to a lot of other coilovers out there, a lot of the coilovers are just bouncy, and depends on how everybody sets it up. I've already explained how I set mine up, and that's the way I've always rocked on mine. And again, I've never had any issues. Mine don't blow. So this is the same way I set up this one, and it honestly felt really amazing driving. I got up to some speeds, I hit some rough surfaces, some different transitions on the roads, you know what I'm saying, and in all honesty, it drove absolutely amazing. I'm possibly going to be seeing if Maxpeedingrods and the team will help me pretty much with the all-wheel drive VK, if not with my DA, and honestly continue to keep rocking them, because honestly I would love to keep working with them. The suspension is amazing. I'm also going to see if maybe they'll jump on board and help my little brother out, because he could probably benefit from it. As you guys seen, he had no suspension on his wagon, and hopefully we can bring that car here to do some more work to it. But again, huge shout out to Macy from Maxpeedingrods and the whole team at Maxpeedingrods for jumping on board, helping me out. They did offer a discount, a 10% discount. Enter Slime10 at checkout, and you guys can go ahead and save 10% on your guys' purchase. But pretty much guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video of working on the right-hand drive and putting new suspension on it. And hopefully you guys look forward to more content of the all-wheel drive VK, and also more content on the old Bisimoto wagon, because that should be coming here within maybe a couple more weeks. I only have a few more things to do to this car before I can try to see if I can send it off to paint and get all that scheduled so we can get some paint to this car. But with that being said guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Until next time.